Good evening, viewers. Thanks for watching tonight's Primetime Bilingue newscast on Spectrum Television. Our top stories: the Minister of Finance has today presided over the opening ceremony of the Assembly of Insurance Companies in the economic capital, Douala. Louis-Paul Moutaze has highlighted that it is imperative to focus on the needs of the cosmopolitan city of Douala. Plus, the new cohorts of the Ministry of Public Health is now operational to meet the needs of the East, Northwest, and South regions to meet the health systems of these facilities. And those were our top stories. Thanks once more for watching tonight's Primetime Bilingue newscast, which opens up in the French language with Leila Renganzu. Good evening, Leila.
Bonsoir à vous, Joséphine Binzi. Mesdames, bonsoir, monsieur, bonsoir et merci d'être avec nous. Il est 20h sur les antennes de Spectrum Télévision. C'est le journal. Après une période de baisse de croissance, le marché de l'assurance connaît un bond important, signe de bonne santé de ce secteur d'activité, même si beaucoup reste encore à faire selon le ministre des Finances. Louis-Paul Moutaze était à Douala ce mercredi pour présider la cérémonie d'installation du nouvel exécutif de l'Association des assureurs du Cameroun. Plus de détails dans ce reportage que signe Makedali Dinoton.
Monsieur le ministre des Finances.
Après 2 années de régression, le marché de l'assurance connaît un bond important au Cameroun. Entre 2021, 2022 et 2023, le chiffre d'affaires dans ce domaine d'activité a augmenté de plus de 10% selon le ministère des Finances.
Vous savez, les assureurs font partie de ce qu'on appelle en économie des investisseurs institutionnels. C'est-à-dire ces entreprises-là qui drainent l'épargne. Or, vous savez que nous avons besoin de cette épargne pour investir. Parce que l'investissement ne peut pas être le seul fait de l'État maintenant, mais de tous ceux qui ont cette capacité de pouvoir investir et de pouvoir drainer l'épargne. Mais maintenant, pour que ces entreprises soient capables de drainer cette épargne, il faut que ces entreprises vivent bien. Entre 2021 et 2022 et même 2023, le chiffre d'affaires a augmenté de plus de 10%, mais les chantiers sont encore, la route est encore longue. Parce que la chose la plus importante à l'heure actuelle, c'est accroître le taux de pénétration des assurances dans notre pays.
Dans le cadre du projet de stratégie nationale de développement, la contribution du secteur de l'assurance est non négligeable.
Après 2 années on va dire, de stagnation et de faible croissance, entre 2017 et 2020, où le marché de l'assurance a cru de 2% seulement, depuis 2 ans, il y a une réelle reprise. Ce marché a cru en moyenne de 10%. Il fait aujourd'hui 253 milliards de francs CFA. Et dans le cadre du projet de stratégie nationale de développement, la SND 30, secteur financier, donc le secteur des assurances doit contribuer pour 2% du produit intérieur brut. Cela suppose bien sûr que nous nous mobilisions davantage, cela suppose que nous travaillions dur et cela suppose également que nous puissions faire en sorte qu'un certain nombre de réformes structurelles destinées à faire progresser le marché de l'assurance puisse être mis en place.
L'état des lieux du secteur de l'assurance a été présenté ce 27 septembre à Douala. C'était au cours de la cérémonie d'installation du nouveau bureau exécutif de l'Association des assureurs du Cameroun, ASAC.
A $700,000 agreement has today been signed between the government of Cameroon and her partners, represented by Minister Alamin Ousmane May. Here is an excerpt of that encounter with Olivier Mbuzike's microphone.
The signing of the agreement today of up to $700,000 US is the confirmation of the trust, the confidence the African legal facility support is showing towards Cameroon's government. We have been receiving their contribution in the past, and this 700,000 grant is a confirmation of their constant support to help Cameroon address some of the critical issues on the road to become an emerging country by 2035. The second thing is let us all remember the message of the head of state, the 31st December 2022, mentioning that the mining sector will continue and boldly support the development of our economy. Certainly, to make it happen, we need to equip ourselves with the right tools, with the right skills, and the right team in terms of human resources to negotiate, elaborate, and implement such important projects. The third one is, of course, the contribution of the mining sector to make our country become an emerging country by 2035 is very critical. This is the reason why we welcome the support given to our country. We welcome the advices that are going to be given to the staff, not only of the ministry in charge of mining, but all of the different stakeholders in charge of negotiating this important project. Beyond this rutile project in Akonolinga, which is going to receive the important support of this facility, I want to believe that critical complex issues like private-public partnership, dealing with sovereign debt, implementing infrastructure complicated in terms of engineering in the energy sector. We need human resources of quality and quantity to be able to really serve the nation for the benefit of the population, which are the ultimate beneficiaries of these policies.
Et on vous le disait en titre, la nouvelle cohorte du ministère de la Santé publique au Cameroun est opérationnelle. Les récipiendaires ont reçu ce jour leur parchemin. Ils devront aider les régions de l'Est, Nord-Ouest et Sud à avoir un système de gestion des incidents performant. Plus de détails dans ce reportage que signe Olivier Bouzika à Yaoundé.
Cette remise de parchemin marque la fin de la formation des acteurs du système de gestion des incidents des régions de l'Est, du Nord-Ouest et du Sud. Ces trois régions ont été priorisées en fonction de leur situation sur le plan épidémiologique et également en fonction des vulnérabilités. Ce programme de formation qui a débuté il y a 6 mois vise à mettre en œuvre une riposte adéquate et rapide à une urgence de santé publique et à clôturer la formation des acteurs de ces régions au SGI. Selon les experts, le système de gestion des incidents est une approche qui permet une réponse coordonnée entre diverses structures ou entités. Et donc, les exercices de simulation effectués durant la formation ont regroupé les acteurs sectoriels et multisectoriels ainsi que les collectivités territoriales décentralisées. Les cohortes ont été dotées des capacités qui leur permettront de répondre de façon efficiente aux urgences de santé publique, notamment en matière de testing des politiques, plans, directives, testing des dispositifs sectoriels de coordination des opérations d'urgence, application des principes du SGI dans le cadre de cette urgence de santé publique, entre autres modules.
Nous pensons que la Covid-19, certes, est passée, mais nous voulons nous préparer pour d'autres événements de santé, pour d'autres urgences qui pourraient venir. Vous avez vu qu'après la Covid, nous avons géré le choléra, nous avons géré la polio, nous avons fait face n'est-ce pas, à la fièvre hémorragique en Guinée équatoriale. Donc nous pensons qu'il est bon de toujours être éveillé, d'avoir un pôle, d'avoir des équipes sur place qui puissent réagir rapidement lorsqu'il y a une urgence de santé publique.
Cette remise de parchemin boucle un programme ayant démarré par la formation des experts camerounais à CDC Atlanta aux États-Unis, lesquels experts ont capacité à leur tour les instructeurs du niveau central et par la suite les acteurs locaux dans les différentes régions cibles.
Cameroon has today joined the international community in celebrating the African Sea and Oceans Day with a call for action to protect its marine resources. The Minister of Environment has visited the Douala Port as activities to commemorate this day came to close on the 26th of September. Oni Ladonet completes that story.
Human activities in Cameroon pose a constant threat to the sea and oceans. The ocean suffers from pollution, overfishing, habitat destruction, and climate change, which affects its health and productivity. These effects also harm the people who depend on the ocean for their well-being and livelihood. We are in danger because we're not protecting the sea and oceans as it should. The occasion has presented itself, so we feel included to contribute in the fight. Everyone has to contribute. If we throw bottles into the sea, we are contributing negatively. It's death. We should preserve the sea and ocean. The ocean is also affected by climate change, which has serious consequences. It causes the sea level to rise, which leads to erosion and flood on the coast. It also changes the distribution and abundance of marine species, which disrupts the ocean ecosystem.
Les déchets sont versés là-bas. Il y a des actions de changement climatique.
Dirt are thrown into the ocean. There are climate change, actions which cause ice. We are afraid that in 100 years, life will disappear. The water level will rise, and life may be extinct.
Parce que le niveau de la mer va monter de 1 à 2 mètres. Et là, certains arbres vont disparaître.
To protect the ocean for future generations, inhabitants need to act urgently and sustainably to manage these marine resources.
Les efforts faits par la communauté urbaine et surtout par le port montrent qu'il y a des efforts qui se font, mais ce n'est pas suffisant.
The efforts put by the council and the port shows the improvement, but it is insufficient. Everyone has to be involved. We should promote healthy lifestyle, preserve water bodies, mangroves.
Promouvoir le fumoir pour la mangrove, faut promouvoir la fabrication de fumoirs, disons, améliorés.
Based on its location on the coastal line of the Gulf of Guinea, the ocean is very important in the livelihood of Cameroonians. According to a report by the World Bank, Cameroon's fisheries sector contributes about 2.5% to the national GDP and employs about 300,000 people directly and indirectly. These are activities to commemorate the International and African Day of Seas and Oceans. The Minister of Environment has made a stop at the Douala port.
Be protected. These are the answers with Jean Kenfak, National Focal Point of the United Nations Environment Programme, who details this out to us.
Cameroon is a coastal state, so part of the economy of Cameroon lies on the ocean. That's why we need to celebrate, we need to recognize the fact that the ocean offers to Cameroon and to humanity a lot. But on the other side, we realize that the humanity does not recognize the well of the ocean and what the ocean offers to the humanity. So this celebration is to call for change, to call for the change in the human behavior in such a way that more consideration could be given to the ocean, because without the health of the ocean cannot continue to provide to the humanity all the services, regulation services, nutrition services, climate change services, and other the provision of oxygen. So we call the humanity, we call to the individual, the groups, in order to change their behavior vis-à-vis the oceans. The threat are the disappearance of coral reef. The threat is the ocean warming, as we are talking of it every day. The threat is overfishing. The threat of the degradation of ocean biodiversity, and so on. There are so many threats. So we need to change our behavior in order to help the ocean recover the capacity to continue to provide the service to the humanity.
And let's now take you back to Yaoundé, where some 4 suspects have today been presented at the Regional Judicial Police Division for the Centre region. They have been accused of luring victims into their circle for a possible attack. Let's listen to the Inspector of Police on what he has to say concerning this.
Our unit, our division, has arrested 4 suspects, including a woman who were aggressing, who were attacking our citizens with a knife in their taxi. And when the woman is putting in the car, her role is to attract the passenger. And when the passenger is in the car, our suspect took her to an unknown destination, and over there they asked for ransom from their families. That's the modus operandi. It's the opportunity to say that you have noticed that many women are now really involved as far as criminal activities are concerned. Our citizens must not allow themselves to be distracted by the presence of a woman in a car. They want to board. So before boarding, they have to be cautious. They have to be vigilant. And if there is an suspicious fact, let's dial our useful number 1500 and 117.
Nous faisons à présent le round-up de l'actualité africaine avec VOA.
Des manifestations au Burkina Faso en soutien au président de la transition. Des centaines de partisans du capitaine Ibrahim Traoré ont pris d'assaut mardi soir le centre de la capitale Ouagadougou après des rumeurs relayées sur les réseaux sociaux faisant état de tension au sein de l'armée. Le président français Emmanuel Macron réaffirme son soutien au président Mohamed Bazoum, renversé par un coup d'État au Niger le 26 juillet. Cela fait suite au départ de Niamey ce matin de l'ambassadeur de France après des semaines de bras de fer avec les militaires au pouvoir. Les États-Unis suspendent une partie de leur aide au Gabon en réponse au coup d'État fin août. Washington veut se donner le temps d'évaluer l'intervention anticonstitutionnelle par des membres de l'armée du pays. Football, le Maroc a été désigné pour accueillir la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations en 2025. Le Kenya, l'Ouganda et la Tanzanie sont désignés co-organisateurs pour l'édition de 2027.
So on our international page, the United States government has ramped up with diplomatic efforts and humanitarian assistance for thousands of ethnic Armenians fleeing their regions.
These are the streets of Huruma, a well-known low-income area in Nairobi, Kenya. Mburu Wanyoike grew up here.
So all these places that I've been living, back then they were known to be not great places to live. Crime rate was really high, and the people I grew around with, they were the people that usually here they are called the thugs and the gangsters and so forth.
Wanyoike wanted to fit in and was introduced to a group of young men who wanted him to join their criminal activities. He was the youngest.
Reached a place whereby I started carrying guns for them. So I carried them guns when they were going to maybe robbery and stuff.
But not anymore. He says a sense of loss convinced him to leave his life of crime behind.
Those who were my friends back then, but all of them, most of them are dead, and others are in jail, and it was horrible. When I remember about those times, I feel it's really painful.
Wanyoike is now a professional fencer in the Kenya National Fencing Federation team and a coach. He competed at tournaments in Cairo last year and in Milan, Italy this July. He started his own fencing club, Savora Fencing, in 2021. Now, he trains young people at risk like Jemima Waheto.
I like it because we use different things. Even if you ask some people what is fencing, they don't know. But now they are coming to know because we are starting to advertise it.
Another student, Victor Odhiambo, had his family baffled when he mentioned the sport.
My mother, she told me that, what's fencing, first of all? So she don't know this sport because this sport is the new sport in this country.
Despite the constant challenges of lack of equipment, training space and sponsorship, Wanyoike hopes that the lessons will have an impact on the youth.
I wouldn't want them to be in the same life I was, because they're in the same neighborhood, and that's what I'm trying to change in their mind, that don't let the environment that you are define you. I wouldn't want to see them getting into crime.
Fencing helped Wenyoike cope mentally, physically and emotionally, and he hopes his students will feel the same way. Saida Swale, VOA News, Nairobi, Kenya.
And now in sports, for the third season, the Elite One Championship will be played in a two-pool format. 19 teams in total share two groups of 10 and 9 respectively. Onila Donet tells us more.
19 teams paired in two groups of 10 and 9 squad will compete in Cameroon's top flight competition for the 2023-2024 football season. Set to kick off this Wednesday, September 27, with newcomers Victoria United playing against Feu Vazou, the Elite One Championship will run right to the 20th of June 2024. The break will be between November 19 and November 26. This will see each side play less than 20 games home and away combined. The second phase, dedicated to the top and flop sides, will see the first two in each pool compete for the ultimate title, while the 11 lowest ranked teams will play the relegation match. 5 will be relegated to the Elite 2 Championship. The cash prize still stands at 15 million CFA francs. Attention will be on title holders Coton Sport, Cameroon winners Fovu Football Club de Baham, not leaving out the newbies Dynamo de Douala and Victoria United.
And there are a couple of blockbuster games that are coming up. The two pools are actually good. 19 teams at the end of the season 5 are going to be relegated. So we can move back to our traditional 16-team championship, where we're going to group all the teams in one pool and they play that way. So, but then the quality of football, I'm looking for the quality of football to improve. And yeah, let the games begin.
The first day will see Dynamo play AS Fortuna, while Les Astres would meet with Aigle. PWD of Bamenda will start their campaign against Bamboutus de Bouddha, while Canon Sportif de Yaoundé and Gazelle lock horns with Colombe Dija and Lobo and Union Sportive de Douala. In Pool B, Garoua-based club Coton Sport de Garoua will be hoping to have a remarkable start against Stade de Reda as Fovu and Avion clash with Apajes and UMS of Loum. Young Sports Academy has been exempted from this match day 1.
And with that sports report, it is a wrap for tonight's newscast. Thanks for watching and good night. Good night to you, Lila.
Bonsoir à vous, Joséphine Binzi. Mesdames et messieurs, merci de nous avoir suivis. On se retrouve dès demain, 20h, sur les antennes de Spectrum Télévision, si, bien sûr, Dieu le veut. Bonsoir.